Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So I want to talk about Dead City Season 2 here a bit and talk about some updates that we actually got here. We sort of got a teaser from one of the actors that's going to be a big villain here in Season 2. And also I want to talk about Comic-Con a little bit because tomorrow I believe we're going to get a big reveal in terms of all the panel updates and there might be some official artwork and a lot of that might drop tomorrow. So yeah, a lot to talk about. So before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. I will be reviewing the next episode of The Boys. I totally forgot to actually drop today, so I'll watch that episode, review that later on, and then also get into some of my Walking Dead rewatch stuff. I'm gonna have to really get through the rest of season 5 here in the next couple of days because things are gonna pick up quite a bit here for The Walking Dead. So yeah, but for everyone wondering about Comic-Con and what's going on with that, so today's Thursday, so obviously they announced a bunch of panels and all of that. I believe Marvel Animation actually had an announcement today, and so yeah, I think some of from what I remember on the Thursdays, it's always just like the smaller studios and whatnot will get like they'll have a panel then, and then Friday and Saturday is usually for the bigger panels or the bigger television shows or movies, right? So Marvel might have theirs on a Friday or it might be the Saturday. The Walking Dead has always usually been on the Friday. I don't really remember it ever being on the Saturday, so I'm expecting tomorrow for there to be some news. And the reason why I say tomorrow is because they always announce the schedule 2 weeks exactly beforehand. So tomorrow is Friday, so 2 weeks from then will be the Friday of San Diego Comic-Con, right? So I'm expecting tomorrow for there to be like a big announcement in terms of like the panels and all that. And I've been seeing a lot of posts online. Actually, I think some of the people, or I guess the company that does a lot of the artwork and whatnot for, I guess the building wraps and whatnot, for the Walking Dead's artwork, they were saying something like, just stay tuned, or they're sort of teasing that there's actually going to be a building that's going to have some artwork. And I'm guessing it's going to be, a big focus is going to be on Daryl Dixon as well as Dead City as well. So that could be revealed tomorrow, or it could be revealed, over the next week. But yeah, again, things are about to pick up right away, and yeah, I'm very, very excited. I remember last year, actually, I think one of the buildings had I think it was like The Ones Who Live artwork or whatever. It was the one with Rick and Michonne, and then the other one, it was a big focus on Daryl because Daryl Dixon was the show airing after Comic-Con, right? In like September 12th or September 10th or something like that. I think it was the 12th. I don't know. I think it was the 12th, or maybe it was the 10th. I have no idea. But yeah, so this year I expect the same exact thing. It's probably going to be literally the same exact thing. We're going to have Daryl Dixon as like, the main event there. And then we're going to have Dead City on like a smaller building. There'll be some smaller artwork there. And yeah, obviously they will talk about Dead City quite a bit because that show is coming out in, I'm guessing it's going to be February, just because I'm looking at the shows airing next year, like early next year. And I believe the new Game of Thrones show, I think it's A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is coming out probably in April. Like, I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's early 2025. So I'm assuming it's going to be April because HBO usually releases bigger shows like that in April. So I'm assuming April. And, The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, they've always sort of avoided each other because there's no point in like competing with each other, for episodes dropping every Sunday. Like, you might as well have it, just sort of split up a little bit. So yeah, to me, it makes sense, Dead City in February, and that'll air until like April at some point. There's supposed to be 8 episodes. So the big update actually for The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 is that, first of all, Kim Coates did post a photo of himself and Lauren Cohen together. Yeah, it's cool to see Bruegel and Maggie together. Again, we don't really know a lot about Bruegel as of now. We know he's going to be a really amazing villain, but I do have questions on yeah, he's going to be a villain, but Maggie and Negan, are they both on the same side? Like, Bruegel is a villain maybe, but maybe only to some characters, because maybe he joins, sides with Maggie, because maybe he's on Maggie's side as well, right? Or maybe Maggie joins Bruegel's group. Like, it's kind of hard to say as of now, obviously, but the big update is that they actually are going to be wrapping filming in 2 weeks. So yeah, Dead City is going to be wrapped up completely right before Comic-Con, which is really awesome. I mean, like the fact that they're going to be done filming, that means that they're going to go right to post-production, all that, obviously after Comic-Con, which means that an official trailer is probably like very, very likely to drop after The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon airs. Because I'm trying to think of like when they're going to release a trailer. Well, actually, the official trailer probably won't be out until like January, I'm guessing, like mid-January, if they follow the Ones Who Live schedule, right? But we will get like a 30-second teaser and a bunch of stuff, obviously, in November as soon as that show's over. So there'll be stuff to talk about, and won't be like Daryl Dixon right now. Because, man, Daryl Dixon, like, honestly, maybe it's because the time between the shows, it's so much, right? Because the Ones Who Live aired or finished airing like March 30th or March 31st, and then we have Daryl Dixon airing September 29th. And so that's almost, like, that's literally like basically 6 months apart, right? Kind of insane that it's been so long. Like it's actually been so long since The Ones Who Live finished airing. So maybe that's why it feels like Daryl Dixon's pretty quiet, but like things are going to pick up here finally. But man, for the last couple months, it's been hard to talk about The Walking Dead. And so I think obviously after Daryl Dixon going into Dead City, things will be a bit easier. And then next summer, maybe we got to wait again another, I mean, it's probably not going to be as long, right? Because even if Dead City finishes airing at some point in April and Daryl Dixon comes out in September, that's the thing. I'm so excited for this year's Comic-Con because I want to know if there's going to be any sort of spin-off announcement, because it feels like we're due for a spinoff. And the one idea that I really like is just having a spinoff on original characters, because I think that you could do something like that. Again, I've always talked about having like a zombie apocalypse show in like the winter time. So like having a show way up north, right? Like in northern Canada, or like even just, just having a show in Canada, just sort of in general, I think would be really, really cool. I think there's a lot that you can actually do there for the story and would open up the universe a lot. So personally for me, I hope that's what's announced, if they're going to do a spinoff at all, but we'll have to wait and see, because Tales of the Walking Dead is also a show that I think could get better. I think we can all agree that season 1 wasn't the best, but that's a show you can easily improve upon, right? Like there's a lot of parts that, I mean, first of all, there's no like set characters that are going to continue their stories into a season 2. Honestly, everyone's issues with it were just like the random storylines and how things really felt pointless. Like that was kind of the whole thing about it, was that it just felt completely pointless. And you saw everyone's reaction to the idea of a Walking Dead musical. And, that's kind of what Tales of the Walking Dead felt like. It was like some of the episodes felt very pointless like that. Like you were just doing stuff just to have fun. And people want to watch things that matter. I think for Dead City, we're probably going to get a teaser at Comic-Con. I think it's going to be about 30 seconds long. It's going to be very short and whatnot. Obviously, it's going to hype up the season. We will get some like official artwork and whatnot. And I mean, I guess it's not going to be the official poster, because if you remember for The Ones Who Live, we did see Rick and Michonne, and it was like that red background or whatever. That wasn't the official artwork in the end, right? We ended up getting a totally different poster. So I think that, whatever they come up with is going to be very cool. I'm always excited for like the posters and stuff, because I do like collecting them. Like I'm so excited for Daryl Dixon season 2. And right now I have The Ones Who Lives poster right beside me, but it just feels so old and outdated that I want to replace it and have a new poster in there. So I'm waiting for the next poster here of Daryl Dixon so that I can order it and then put that poster in here. And then, and then we're just like in the era of that show, right? Because The Ones Who Lived, it just feels like old news right now. So I'm excited to see what the poster is going to look like. Like if you look at The Ones Who Live, it was very like fiery and whatnot, right? Daryl Dixon, the main color of the poster was yellow, I would say. It's just a lot of different shades of yellow and all that. Dead City, it was more blue. And so I'm trying to think of where they would go here with Daryl Dixon season 2. Maybe just a darker yellow. I'm just trying to think, because you don't want to change drastically season to season, right? Because season 3, they're going to Spain. So I imagine there will be a completely different color tone, right? For just the artwork and just things like that in general. So for season 2, they could keep it the same, like roughly the same, or just like add some like differences here and there. Like obviously Carol's going to be a part of it. And I'm so interested in what the artwork is going to be like just having Daryl and Carol together again, because we haven't seen them together or anything, and then just like anyway. So, but yeah, very interesting that Kim Coates did share that little teaser or whatever of The Walking Dead Dead City. And I'm also really excited for the fact that it is going to be, ending filming right away, as well as Daryl Dixon about to start filming, right, for season 3. It was supposed to start like last month, and I guess no one knows an exact date, but it's supposed to be starting at some point this month here. I'm guessing that maybe they're waiting for after Comic-Con. Like maybe they want to start right away, but maybe because of Comic-Con, they're just going to wait like literally until like the week right after. So maybe they're about to start in like 2 weeks from now, right? Like 2.5 weeks from now, the Monday after Comic-Con sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I love this time of year. I really do love this time of year for The Walking Dead. I don't know what it is about Comic-Con in the summertime, but there's just like this feeling that like, oh, you're about to see a bunch of new footage, learn a bunch of new information about like shows that you love or movies, right? And I'm just so excited for The Walking Dead this year. Honestly, looking over the years, my favorite Comic-Con probably would have to be, I think it was the season 9 Comic-Con, or it wasn't season 9, it may have been season 10. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was season 9 or 10. It was somewhere around there. Actually, it might have been season 10, like going into season 10, I mean, that Comic-Con, because I think they announced some new spin-offs and all that. And I think the beta casting was announced. There might have been some stuff with Alpha as well. Or Alpha, I think it was already a thing. Or maybe it was the year before. I don't even remember now, to be honest, because beta was cast before that. So maybe it was going into season 9. That was like a really crazy Comic-Con because they announced the casting for the Whisperers, and that was so exciting. And the trailer looked absolutely incredible. And, you know, besides that year, I really liked last year's, I guess, was really good because we actually got a full Comic-Con, right? Like we actually got, or was that for New York Comic-Con? I don't even really remember now, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Make sure to post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.